All right, today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to address a couple of questions. One, maybe two, maybe three. I don't know. We got to see how it goes. I don't want the video to be too long, but I'm going to share something with you. So, what you're seeing on the screen right now, this is something that we've been working on. Our team, this is something I realized that people need in their business. So this cool thing that you see here is it's a goal planner. It's a goal and business planner, and it's to help you level up your real estate business, right? So let's just go through it. You get to come and see, like, this is the ultimate real estate goal planner. Looking for a way to take your business to the next level? Come get this planner, right? So we're working on this. This is in development right now. We're working on it, really close to finish. But I just want to take you through some of the stuff so you can see. So that's some extra resources for you. These are instructions on how to best utilize this thing, right? Then we got some inspirational quotes in there to help inspire you, motivate you. Got some reviews, testimonies going on, right? Let's turn that music down. Right. So here is where we start getting into the content, right? The nitty gritty. So the year ahead is about how to plan your year ahead, right? So if you're digesting this video, you likely want to do some ads, some advertising, start get some leads going. But one of the things I'm going to encourage you to do is make sure you have a plan and make sure you have goals, right? People dislike and they don't want to do the preparation part, but it is highly important that you do that part. And a contributor to your preparation would be this planner. And it'll likely, like, it's not ready now, but I'll likely put details in the description so you can get a planner for yourself, for your real estate business. And this planner is specifically for real estate peeps, right? All my real estate entrepreneurs, real estate agents, investors, mortgage people, this is for you, right? We got our own stuff now. Thank you. So there we go. We got the year ahead. That's that. We got some more stuff. I'll go in detail over this planner another time, but there we go. Another quote. The month ahead, right? So we're starting to see what's in here. You get to plan out your month. We got several prompts in there for you. Here we go. The week ahead. And let me just switch it to 2-page view, right? So you can kind of get an idea of what it's like. So this is your planner. It's an actual physical planner, right? We do physical items here. So this is what it will look like to you. You would come in here, you would plan out, you start planning out your real estate journey, right? Whether you're an agent, investor, mortgage person, courses, whatever. It matters who you are, right? This is going to help you achieve that. So showing you what's in here. It's over 160 pages. Here you go. Daily planner, right? So I use one of these every day. It's not as pretty and nice as the one you see on the screen, but right here, practice what I preach. This is my goals for the week, and I write them. Actually, legitimately write them out because that's how important it is. So daily planner, more. If you're like truly interested, as I said earlier, I'll make sure there's a link later, like once it's finished, for you to click so you can get access to that daily planner. Okay, so that's the planner. Now, what I would like to do is I want to go over, I have an agenda, right? And before I created the agenda, I was like, damn, I need slides, I need a presentation. And then I was like, damn, you know what, Jerome, you're doing it. You don't need all of that. Like, get the value out as soon as possible and adjust it later, right? And that's what I always, my students, clients, business partners, like, get it out there, get it done. So I was having a little minor moment. I typically don't, but I was like, damn, I need this thing to be thorough and up to date and all of that. And it's going to take too much time, right? And people need this value immediately. So this is what the agenda looks like. It's not super perfect, but this is what we're going to do. So today, the agenda thus far, what I know I'm going to talk about for sure is how do I get good real estate leads, right? And I'm not going to preach to you like most people. They say, oh, you know what? Yeah, you just got your license or you got an investing. All you got to do is go make a social media post and then the leads come flying in. And they're lying. That's a lie. It doesn't really work that way. So what I want you to I want you to have the proper mindset and the proper understanding with what I'm talking about, right? So I was in, and I participate in many masterminds. I'm always learning. I was in our digital marketing, one of our digital marketing masterminds, and we surveyed the room. We asked how many people get business from sphere of influence, and how many people get business from strangers, and it was about half and half. So I'm not saying that the other stuff doesn't work, but you are likely doing research, right? If you're watching this video or something like that, or you're interested, and I'm going to show you how to get leads from the strangers, right? Because in order to run a successful business, you need those leads coming in consistently, right? At some point, you're going to burn out your SOI, especially if you're new and you're like just getting started, you don't have a lot of traction, you're going to burn out that sphere of influence. So it's important that you understand how to like basically create business from nothing. So I'm going to try to address some of those strategies today. And it's like, how do I get good real estate leads? So I have a presentation that I typically teach to like my students, clients, or whatever. And I just have some slides that I'm going to kind of go through to address these things. And it's in no particular order, but this is a guide. So remember what I said in the initial video. We're not going to talk about, we're not worried about being perfect. So let's start like leads, right? So first and foremost, what is a lead? I know it's basic, but we need to go over it. Oh, all right. So here we go. What is a lead? So let's just go in presentation mode. So a lead is, let's qualify a lead. What is a lead? Well, first, what a lead is not. Every conversation you have is not a lead. People on the list somewhere they're not leads unless they've shown interest in something that you're doing or offering. So what is a lead? There are two important aspects that I want you to understand, right? Aspect number one, a lead is a prospect or customer that shown interest in what you're offering, right? And number two, in order for you to say something is a lead, make sure you collect information, right? And maybe you don't collect it all up front. So maybe you do email for now, and then later you collect phone number or something like that. But a lead, don't call it or consider it a lead until you've collected information and you can follow up. Right. So that's what a lead is. Let's go back to the actually, let me bring up this slide too. So right here, I like to bring this up. A lead is, I want you to remember and understand, leads are people. They aren't something, right? You just go on the internet and this thing or data point that's going to do business with you. Remember and understand that leads are people. So with that, how do I get good real estate leads? Well, I'm going to have to go back to the presentation, right? So we're not talking about sphere of influence. Oh, you just call them up and the leads come flowing in. That's not what I teach. I'm going to show you how to generate business from anything, right? Probably brand new, trying to gain some traction or something like that. So leads. All right, so leads, three phases of marketing, right? The best, I like to, like this is, I'm doing sub presentations of the normal big presentation. So leads, there are three phases of marketing, right? So leads, it's going to come from our marketing, our branding, etc., etc. Leads, since we understand what leads are, we need to work on generating some leads, right? We need to talk about lead generation. So the question was, where do I get good leads, right? And this is where we're going to get the good leads. So I want you to understand this philosophy, right? Understand that most of the time we get a lead that's going to require some nurturing and taking them through a process. So a lot of times we think that, oh, I'm going to get a lead and they're going to be ready to business like right away. And I was just in class earlier, and there's like, it's like that's like less than 7. So first of all, real estate is a tough and it's a unique industry where people don't move every year or something like that. They move like every 7 years. And to add to the 7, right? Only about 7% of the population are moving, right? Buying or selling houses. So that's not a huge demographic, right? We can still tap into that. There's still a lot of business there, but just keep that in mind, right? Only about 7% of the population is moving. So keep that in mind. All right. So lead generation. We understand what leads are. So how do we get good leads? Well, we do that through lead generation, right? That's the first phase of marketing. We have to generate leads. This is always a nice slide that I like to show because it shows how much we do as real estate entrepreneurs, how we forget to follow up and how we forget to be consistent. So right here, what you're seeing is, here we go, the search terms for what people are looking for. Like lead generation, you can see right here, I have it biggest day. People are looking for this 12,000 times, right? But then when you consider the other things like lead follow-up and lead conversion, it's under 1,000 collectively under 1,000. So the lead generation, that's like phase one. That's phase one. We generally do the lead generation and we kind of stop there. So why am I saying that? Because what is lead generation? Lead generation, or not what is lead generation, but how do I get good leads? That was the question, right? That's the question that we are asking. How do I get good real estate leads? Well, the way we do that is through our marketing process. We have to take and nurture people through a very specific process to get those good leads, right? So there's really people, oh, these leads are whatever. You have to nurture the leads. Nobody's going to come to you or I'm not going to say nobody, but most people are not going to come and be like, I'm ready right now to do business, buy and sell with you. I don't even know who you are, but I'm ready to go. It just does not work that way. And we have to understand that it doesn't work that way. So we have to nurture them, right? And the more nurturing and the more value that we provide to them, the better that lead will be. You got me? So one of the first things to understand is the phases, right? These phases here. So how do I get good leads, right? You got to implement some kind of lead generation strategy. And if you need to do a lead generation strategy or you're trying to figure something out, I have a course and I have a book. You can go to either one of those. Let me go up to the that's the course right there. You can kind of scan that QR code. So this course will teach you how to implement these strategies into your business so you can get all of the leads that you need from social media. That's one strategy, right? If you're interested in something else like direct mail or something else like that, go Google and find those strategies. But this is one like strategy on how to do it. Like, how do I generate those leads from social media? This course, right? And the cool thing about this course and anything that we do here is we offer 100% money back guarantee because our products work. If you do the work, it works, guaranteed, right? So it's no risk to you, no, nothing you have to worry about. Next, if you're not that committed, here's the other thing. I would suggest that most people start here. Here's the other thing, the book. So, damn, this is the wrong slide, but I'm not giving out free books on this video, but go to Amazon and grab this book, or go to my website, which is remarketingbook.com, and grab this book, right? So it's basically free. You just cover the shipping and we'll send it out to you. So here's the website. And if you don't, and the book goes into detail on how you can generate leads, right? So that's another option for you, right? So you have multiple options. You can do that course, which you saw here, or you can do that book to kind of generate leads. So how do I generate leads? It's all in your marketing, those marketing phases, understanding that marketing in a way that you can break it out into phases. So you can understand where your prospect is on their journey, right? So if I go back to those three phases, the three phases of marketing, lead generation, that's cold, right? So they're in a phase where they don't even really know if they want to buy a house yet or not. They're cold. They're not interested. And generally, like you see, the funnel is inverted triangle. Generally, a lot of people are going to be interested in what it is that you're offering. And that's why it's a funnel, because you got to filter those people out. right? So let's just, for number's sake, at the top we start at 10,000. We start at 10,000, but out of that 10,000, only at 1,000 were interested. It's like, oh my God, 9,000 people came through this thing and only 1,000 are interested. Yes, and it's actually not a bad number. It's, what, 10%? It's not a bad number, right? Then further, right? So now we're at warm. So now we're at warm, and under warm, of the 1,000 that we have, only 100 are interested, right? As an example. And then we go even further, and when they get hot and go further down the funnel, now it's only 10 or so interested or something like that, right? So one of the major mistakes and misconceptions that we have, as that people have as real estate entrepreneurs, is they believe that is they are not working on enough leads. They're not working on enough leads. So the average, let's see, I probably got it in the slide here. So here we go. The average lead conversion rate in our industry, in our space, 3 to 5%. This is generous, right? And these are links that you can kind of access. Then you got a 0. This is probably the realer number, the more realistic number, right? So for math, let's do some math. Right. So if you're you just started your real estate business, you excited, oh my God, I'm about to do this, right? And then you having, let's just say, on a good day, right? So you're having, or not a good day, but maybe a good month. Let's just say you're talking to 50 people, right? And then we consider these numbers here that we're looking at over here. And I'm just going to go with the real number, the 1.2%. And I'll even boost it up to 2% for easier math. So 50, right? I'm working on 50 leads. Is that enough leads to get a closed deal? I don't know. Let's do the math. So 50 times 0.002, right? 0.02. Times 0.02 is 1. So I boosted up to 1%. So my math is a little bit off. I did 2%. But so that's an example, right? If you're not, are you having 50 conversations in a month? You might get a real estate lead if you're having those 50 conversations and you're converting, and you're doing that lead generation, right? So that was a bad example because I did 2%, but let's do 1%, right? So 50 times 1%, you can kind of do the math, right? For 1, the 0.5%. So this is one of the mistakes that we're making. We're not having enough conversations. We're not generating enough leads, right? So let's kick the numbers up a little bit more. And if I do, let's just say I got 200, right? I'm having 200. I got 200 leads, having 200 conversations throughout the month with people that are interested. Now, if I times that by, I'm going with our numbers here. I'm gonna stick to the real number, which is like 1%. I ain't gonna boost it up because it made me look bad last time. But 200 times 0.01 is what? 2, right? So for you to get 2 leads or 2 closed deals on average, right, you need to be having 200 conversations. That's a 1% rate. You need to be having that many conversations, or maybe it's not face to face, or you're not talking to that many people, but they need to be in your process or your funnel, right, at 200 people in order for you to be successful. So these are the numbers. These are high numbers, and these are not my numbers. I'm not making this up, right? This is what they are. So let's go over to this article and see if it's still up, if it's still live, and see what they can show us. Oh, they can't show us nothing. Come on, realtor.com. What's the link? All right, I could probably Google it. So average that's wrong, but there you go. That's cool. So it comes up, right? So my data is verified. You may be wondering what the average real estate lead conversion is. Most 3 to 5, and then you see also right here 0.4 to 1.2. So let's find that stat again. So there you go. That number's popping up again. 2 to 3%. Then you got 0.4 to 1.2. 3 to 5%. But where's the realtor.com? Because they got I think they have the most data. They're the most legit, right? Because they just, all they do is collect our information as realtors, real estate agents, and do stuff to us, right? They are. All right, so it's not coming up, but there is enough sources, right, saying the same thing. The national average conversion rate for online real estate leads is between 2 and 3%. Okay, cool, that's generous. However, right, they have more specific realtor information. They're telling us 0.4 to 1.2%. So a lot of times we say, oh, this is not working. I don't know. Facebook's not working. Google's not working. I sent my mail. We're not having enough conversations. We're not doing the right things. This is another slide to kind of give more context, right? So I did all of that math unnecessarily. I forgot. Remember, I said this presentation wasn't going to be perfect, but these are numbers. These are example numbers using 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%. So if I get 500 leads and I close that at 1%, that means I'm going to get 5 deals, right? 5 closed deals. If I do 2%, 10, 3, 4, 5, this is starting to get really into the numbers. Like you're really kicking ass if you're at these rates. But, you get the point. So let's go back and see, how do I get good real estate leads? We kind of addressed that. How do I find new real estate leads? Maybe I'll do a separate video for this one because this video got a little bit long. We're at 23 minutes. However, our question today, how do I get good real estate leads? The bottom line is you're going to create them using the proper strategies, right? Proper strategies so you can create your own business. People, oh yeah, my business is all referral. You know why they say that? Because they're lazy, right? And they don't want to do any work. You can't scale a referral. You can't. You just don't do that, right? How many leads you going to get this month? I don't know. It depends on how many people say whatever. Well, with this strategies and the stuff that we're talking about today, you can have a predictable business, right? People are like, why you don't worry? Or I don't need to, because I know my numbers. My numbers are valid, right? I know, and I can increase or decrease based on my numbers, not referrals, right? The lazy way. That's what everybody wants. They want the referrals, but they don't want to do the work. What do you think is going to happen with these people, right? These strangers that I convert and do business with, they're going to give me more referrals too. Right? So it's not always about just tapping into your sphere of influence and, oh, just go make a social media post and tell everybody what you're doing on social media. Does not work that way. Doesn't work that way. So yeah, Leo, I see your comments. I really appreciate you. And right, you nailed it. It's 0.4 to 1.2, and that's what I have on this particular slide. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you for popping on, and I'm just being realistic because we have unrealistic expectations when we jump into this business, right? And that's just the real estate agents. The real estate investors, even more ridiculous, right? They expect like to be overnight, right? They see some video, somebody's like, oh, you come in and you fix and flip the property, you're in and out, you sell a contract, and it's just really not that simple. Really not that simple, and we're being lied to. So I wanted to share this based on that question. How do I get good real estate leads? You make them, right? Of course, we all want referrals. We all want that, but that's unrealistic, right? We all want to tap into this sphere of influence, but eventually that taps out. So how do you run a legit, predictable business? You're going to create those leads, and you're going to create those leads using, considering the numbers and understanding, right? You're a business. You're going to be marketing. You're going to be creating business. So keep that in mind. I wanted to share that. I apologize about the video getting a little bit long, but I wanted to share all of that information, all of that data. Let me go back over to the planner. So that planner is right here. And like I said, this is something that we're working on and it's not done yet, but once it's done, it will be updated in the description. So one of the things like that we talked about is like be realistic about your leads, right? Right. So we have that in here. We got a leads tracker. You're gonna put that in here. Track your leads, write it up, do that math, do what's necessary for your business, right? Start to plan stuff out. Again, this is the stuff that people don't like to do, but it's highly important. So I appreciate you all for watching. And Leo, I appreciate your engagement, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. Love it. I gotta start putting the link so I can have people pop on if they want to. But Leo, thank you. I appreciate you, and I'm gonna sign off. If anybody's Leo, if you're since you're still on here, if you want, it's not a finished product, but if you're like interested in the tracker, I'd be happy to send it to you. Just message me or something like that, like on Workplace, and I'll send it to you, no problem. But it's not the finished product, but I'm happy with what we have created so far. This should really help people like be more realistic about their business, but it should also help them be more successful about their business. Plan this stuff out, and I showed a little bit earlier. I have my goals. I do this stuff. This is a business. This does not get rich overnight or nothing like that. Those expectations are false. So yeah, Leo, I got you. I'll take care of you. Just message me and I'll send it right over to you. Right now it's at like 166 pages. It's a minimum viable product. We will be turning it into like a physical product and doing all of that stuff, but it's just not ready for that yet. So just message me on Workplace and I'll take care of you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate anybody else watching. But I gave Leo the attention because he's engaging. I always appreciate attention, engagement. So, all right, everyone, I am going to sign off.